Hello guys, this is Wael from Wael Motorsport. Here today we are gonna inform you and give you a bit of piece of information about all the products available for the M157 bi-turbo engine from AMG. This engine is available for all AMG lineup from 2011 until 2018. This is the first element of our package, which is our 3-inch, or as you say, 76 mm stainless steel downpipe. It's a 304 stainless steel, and it's available for the full range of the AMG cars coming with the M157 engine. The advantage of the pipe that it's replacing the restrictive factory downpipe, which is coming with a more restrictive catalytic converter. And in exchange, when you use this downpipe, you will have a better gain in power, and you will have a better throttle response and exhaust note. The designing of each pipe comes in different stages. So the first stage will be scanning the pipe or the original pipe with our 11-axis 3D laser scanner. After acquiring this data, we put it in our SolidWorks program, where we can modify the size and the bends of the pipe. And then we can again use the data we have from the SolidWorks through our CNC bender, the 3-axis one. And in the end, we get all these pipes together, and it's all in-house, hand TIG welded, and it's coming with the highest performance and quality you can get for your money. Okay, the second element in our 700 horsepower program is the air filter. Our filter is made out of something called technical foam, and the reason we are choosing this type of material is for two reasons. Reason number one is the dusty and the harsh environment in the UAE, particularly and generally in the Gulf. And the second reason is that we are looking exactly for this type of material to satisfy our performance program. And we are not the only one who see it this way. If you check every top-level motorsport team around the world, that includes the Formula One team and the World Rally teams, they are exactly using the same material. So basically, it speaks for itself. The reason for this preference, it's what you can say, it's the dust load up tolerance, which is far superior to the OEM paper filter and the aftermarket cotton filter. In the industry, the technical foam we are using now is called the multi-layer depth loading media. What does this mean? When the dust penetrates the material, it traps through the depth of the foam, keeping the air bath open for longer and more smooth air to flow, and basically it collects the dust inside of the filter. By contrast, the cotton, the aftermarket cotton and the factory paper filter, it's called the surface loading media, meaning that all the dirt accumulates on the top of the surface of the filter, which is slowly blocking the air bath for the air to go in and less air going to the engine. The large open cross sections, which you are going to see later in the photos we have taken specifically for this item, is a completely random passage through kind of bubbles in the foam. So the air can go straight through. Of course, neither the dust. So, this is how the dust gets trapped inside deep of the filter. By regularly cleaning this filter, of course with our specified cleaner, you will keep it always at its peak performance, and it will retain as a new condition each time you clean it. If you want the right and the best filter for your car, this is the one for you. The third element on our 700 horsepower package is what you call it generally the air intake system, or specifically the turbocharger breathing or suction pipes. This is of course again for the one M57 bi-turbo AMG engine. And this is the most efficient improvement you can make for your intake system. And this can be done both in the standard turbo or any other upgraded turbo or completely new turbo you can put in the engine. You will gain 20 horsepower from stock turbo and you will gain 30 horsepower for any other modified turbo, of course by changing the compressor wheel, on the top of the power produced by the modified turbo. The process of designing this set of high-performance air volume piping began with a 3D scanning for the engine bay. That's basically to determine how much space within this tight engine bay we have to enlarge these pipes. With the generated scan, we take it into our SolidWorks program, and then we take also the result and we create our prototype using the 3D printing. The material is an advanced aerospace grade material, which is sufficient up to 200 degrees. The use of in combination of our technical foam filters and the enlargement of the OEM turbo intake piping, which also by a chance work as a secondary air box, which reserve higher volume of air, making it available for the turbocharger in any time you press the gas and you start to rotate the compressor wheel. This way, you are eliminating the bottleneck created by the OEM filter and the smaller size intake pipe systems. If you decide whether to keep your OEM turbo or either to upgrade the compressor wheel in the OEM turbo or completely change the turbocharger with a larger one, we made sure that we have engineered our system to be sufficient enough to deliver any required air volume for your application. Basically, this is the only and the last air intake system you will need to buy. The last item in our 700 horsepower, of course, is the important ECU tune. This is basically not your typical generic tuning program. Most tunes are available in the market now for generally the German cars and specifically the AMG cars are a generic rebranded solutions that come only from one or few sources in the market. Typically these tuners, they are basically software engineers. They're not really engine or ace engine specialists who have actual and practical experience in the performance car behavior. So the question you should be asking yourself, why would you put such tune in your valuable AMG car? The hand-built 5.5 liter V8 engine with this amazing bi-turbo abilities is a class of its own. But we think, and it's proven, that there is always more room for improvement. Our calibration file will completely take advantage of the hidden engine ability. It will precisely look into the camshaft timing, the air and fuel ratio, and the boost output of the turbo and generally the engine. This will lead the engine, of course, with the other items we have previously discussed, produce 700 horsepower and earth-moving 1,050 Newton of torque. But still, having said that, you will be enjoying and the car will be still exhibiting smooth, stock-like drivability, and you will be enjoying this power and torque without any effect on the fuel economy at partial throttle or cruising speed.